Hey guys, thanks for stopping in. I just got an awesome Porterhouse steak on sale at the Sprouts Market, and I'm going to cook this on my Weber grill. And I just got a new accessory for it called a slow and sear. So let me show you what that looks like, and then we'll cook this steak on it. This slow and sear was sent to me free of charge, and it's made by the Adrenaline Barbecue Company, and they are located in North Carolina. Looks like the owner's name is David Parrish. So thank you, David, for sending me this. I really appreciate it. I've been using a brick to hold my coals against the back of the grill. If you've seen my videos, I almost always cook indirect. I put my coals against the back of the grill, then usually cook on this side. So I've been using a brick to kind of hold the coals in place. So we're gonna upgrade here, out with the brick, and this is what the slow and sear looks like. It's all stainless steel construction. It's welded. It's pretty heavy duty. And this one has a bottom. Some of the other models don't have a bottom with a grate like that, but this one does, so you can lift it out and the coals will stay in there. And I think another nice thing about that is I use lump charcoal a lot, so when you get down to the bottom of the bag with lump charcoal, all these little pieces sometimes fall through the grate, and I think that'll hold them better. So that just fits right there. It slides right underneath these little tabs that hold your grill grate, and you can kind of move it around. So your coals go there, and this little section there is for water. When you're cooking low and slow, you can put water in that, and I think that should be pretty nice. I really don't cook low and slow that much, but I definitely want to try it now that I have this. They say that you can control the grill temperature a lot better, and it'll usually hold the temperature for longer periods of time. I really wasn't familiar with it, but I did look it up on their website and also Amazon, and almost all the reviews on Amazon, they gave it 5 stars. The biggest downside, or the negative thing they said about it, was the price. This sells for $115, plus it's I think about $12.95 to ship it, so you're talking about like $130 for that. And if you're thinking, you know, one of these Weber kettles cost $150, so it's almost, you know, you're almost paying what you pay for your grill. But all the reviews were good, and you know what? I used to do a lot of welding when I was younger, so I appreciate good quality metal work, and stainless steel is very expensive, but you know, it's gonna last. I mean, sure, he could make this out of, you know, cheap sheet metal, but I used to buy these gas grills, these little $150, $200 grills, and they'd last a year or two and they'd rust out. So you know, by using quality stainless steel like that, that's probably never going to rust out, or if it ever does, it's going to take a lot of years. So I think I've had this Weber kettle for a year and it still looks brand new, so I think this along with that should make a good combination, and I'm looking forward to trying it out. So today I'm not going to do a slow cook and use water or anything. I'm just going to try putting the coals in there and searing a steak on it, and then we'll drag it over to this side and let it finish cooking indirectly. So let me get it lit and go get the steak ready, and we'll cook it. Let's take a look at my Porterhouse steak here really quick. This was on sale at the Sprouts Market for $6.99 a pound, so $13.91 for this steak. It's just slightly under 2 pounds. But that's a nice looking steak right there. Oh yeah. That looks pretty good. So they had the porterhouses, and then right next to them they had T-bones, and I asked the guy, I said, so what's the difference between a T-bone and a porterhouse? Just the thickness, because these looked a little thicker. But he said no, actually it's this side of the steak is a New York strip, and that side is a filet mignon, or a you know, tenderloin, I guess they call it. He said the difference is on the porterhouse steak, this filet mignon side is thicker and wider than on a T-bone. That's the main difference. So I'm just gonna season this with some kosher salt on both sides, and that's it. Let it sit on the counter here and come up to room temperature a little bit before we put it on the grill. It's supposed to be better to let your steaks warm up to room temperature before you cook them. So that looks good. Now I'm going to go outside and light the grill. Those coals are screaming hot, so let's sear a steak. I'll let that go 3 minutes, and I put the lid on because it was flaming up like crazy. So let's flip it over. Wow, pretty good crust. I better put the lid back on. All right, it's been 2 minutes on that side. Let's take a look. Okay. All right, let's get it off of that heat. And I'll just let it slow cook on this side of the grill. I'm gonna put a probe in it and put the lid on, and we'll be back when it's done. Boy, look at that crust. I got it over here on the cool side of the grill. I'm gonna close my vents down quite a bit and just let that cook until the internal temperature is about 120 or 125 degrees. My steak has been on there for 35 minutes. That includes the searing, and the internal temperature just hit 120 degrees, and that's hot. Ow! So I'm gonna get this thing off of there, let it rest for a few minutes, and then we'll see how it turned out. I let this rest for a few minutes, and it sure smells good, so let's just cut right into it and see how it looks. Oh yeah, that looks good. Looks really good. Okay, let's turn it around and see how the tenderloin side looks. The dog just came running. She hears me. She smells it. Okay, let's take a look at this tenderloin right here. Or this filet mignon. Sure feels tender. Wow, look at that. I have to try a bite of that. Man, cuts like butter. Oh man, is that good. This is delicious. Let me try the other side, the New York strip side. Get a little piece of that. Man, that side was excellent. Some of the best steak I ever cooked right there. I have to say, this is probably, it might very well be the best steak I ever cooked. It has a nice crust. And look at the juiciness of this steak. It came out really juicy. It's really tender. Has a great flavor. Well, so far I'm impressed with that slow and sear. For my first cook with it, really impressed. And since that Weber is really my only grill besides the little Jumbo Joe, you guys are gonna see me use that pretty much in every video from now on when I use the grill. So I'm excited. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll talk to you next time.